Hello guys, welcome to another Project Euler tutorial. This is problem 25, 1000 digit Fibonacci number. The Fibonacci sequence is defined by the recurrence relation f of n equals f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2, where f of 1 and f of 2 both equal 1. Hence, the first 12 terms will be voila. The 12th terms, the first to contain 3 digits. What's the first term in the Fibonacci sequence to contain 1000 digits? Okay, this one's going to be really simple. We're going to have one method, and it's going to be a recursive method because it's a recurrence relation. So this will be fairly easy to work out. First of all, we need to import the big integer. Java.math.bigInteger. The reason is because it contains 1000 digits, and I don't think a long can hold that many, to be honest with you. So what we want to say right here, system.out.printf, the first index to contain 1000 digits is %d, %n, and we're going to make a method called fib, stands for Fibonacci. Actually, we can make it f if you want, but I'm just going to call it fib. And we're going to send down big integer dot 1, big integer dot 1, and then 2. You may ask why this setup? Well, f1 and f2 both equal 1. And since f2 equals 1, you want to start at the index 2. So f3 would equal 1 plus 1, which would be 2. I hope that makes sense to you guys. And when it says the first index to contain 1000 digits, you're looking for the result of the Fibonacci sequence, but you're returning the index of the number, not the number itself. So onto the method, static. Let's return an int fib big integer, we'll call this one f1, big integer f2, and then we're int term. There we go. So the first thing we want to do is automatically increment the term because we're starting on a new term. Next thing we want to do is when we assign, because what happens is we're going to need f2 to equal the sum of f2 and f1. But then we need f1 to equal the old value of f2. So we're going to need a temporary variable, and we'll just call that temp. Big integer temp equals f2. See, simple so far. So one words with a relation, f2 equals f2.add f1. f1 equals temp. This is why we need that temporary variable, because you cannot assign f1 to f2 without it messing up the values. And this is just defined by the Fibonacci sequence itself. This is not a new algorithm I made up or anything. So what do we want next? Well, we want to test if the string, or if the big integer has more than 1000 digits. So we're going to convert it to a string and test if the length is over 1000. So if f2, since f2 is the newest one, .toString .length is greater than or equal to 1000, it says in the problem that it will have 1000 digits, but just in case, you always want to put greater than or equal to 1000, because it might have like 1001 digits, and therefore it won't equal 1000 digits. So if it has over or equal to 1000 digits, we want to return term. If it doesn't, we want to go through this loop again. So fib, we're going to go f1, f2, term. So if f2 has over 1000 digits, it's going to return the term, which is the index. Otherwise, it's going to go through this. But there's a problem. You can't leave it like this because we're returning an integer. If you think about it, we're returning the term. So if down here, return term, it's going to come back with 3 because it will run through the first time, increment term, it won't be greater than 1,000, and it'll keep doing this. But there's no way to keep track of how many times it increments term because it all ends up back in the first spot. It's like Inception. It's a dream within a dream within a dream, but when it comes down to it, whenever you exit it, you have to come back to the first dream eventually. So we want to, since we're returning an index, which is the term, we want to set it an index equal to this. And then we'll return index. And hopefully I didn't confuse you guys too much. It made sense in my head at least. Not sure how much it made sense for you. But let's do this. The first index to contain 1,000 digits is 4,782. Is that indeed the case? Let's check it. 4,700. That is correct. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you like this video. Subscribe for more Project Euler tutorials. And leave some positive criticism in the comments below. I'd like to hear your thoughts anyway. If you have any questions, myself or one of the other nice people of the YouTube nation will answer. Thank you again for watching.